All right, we are live. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yes,
whoop.
it
I guess
is.
not really. Look, guess not really excited. I'm just excited to see a day at this point.
Yeah, that is true.
But we are here, the Spiritual Divas. I'm Deirdre Lachey, and this is my fabulous co-host Felicia. And today we are talking about curses in the Black family.
Mm,
Right? Just think about that. It just make me like, dang, because
It's so
it's a
many,
lot.
so many, so many.
So go for it. Where you want to start at?
Oh, let's talk about this. What goes in my house stays in my house.
That is the worst one ever. I swear.
Yes, it is.
I swear it's the worst one ever.
Yes, it is.
And it has tormented so many Black children. It just make that whole what happens at my house stays in my house makes you emotional because you think about. I think my thought of it is the original dynamic for that is don't tell my mama my business. That was my original thought of it because you hear like a lot of parents telling their kids after their kids then win and blah 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 blah, but then in some cases kids are whooped for telling anything about the house, and then we have molestation, abuse because you can't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
Oh, I was a victim of that. So I got experience. I was a victim of molestation in my home. I was told to keep quiet, nothing was done. So
And
I couldn't speak out, but I would lash out, and this by nothing being done, this person was able to repeatedly do it. And what hurts the most is people knew it was happening. And if I rebelled, say, okay, the person who molested me, not only did he molest me in my home, he was also the person who was picking me up from school. So when we get closer to the house, I would snatch and yank my hand and I would take off running. And I run to a neighbor house, crying. They're like, why are you on crying? What's going on? I'd be like, I don't want to go with him. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be here. I'd rather be with my godmother. And me doing that, I got my ass whooped.
I
That's
had
the
a
crazy part. I got my ass whooped because I don't want to be with the person who's doing things to me.
my
I got
aunt,
too quiet.
like my aunt, Lord rest her soul, but my aunt walked in on her son touching me inappropriately. Then instead of rectifying the situation to where he was the predator, she then whooped both of us. But I got whooped for being a victim. And then she told my other aunt that we were playing house and playing mom and dad. That was not the situation, but that's what she said. So then I got whooped again. So I essentially got two whoopings for being a victim. And my mom was going through stuff with my dad. My mom was in Columbus, Ohio, and we were in Florida. And then, because now I don't think I was really as much acting out, but now I'm feeling some type of way. So I didn't asthmatic that made myself sick at a young age. And then not my cousin's mom, not that one, but the other aunt that whooped me the second time, then was like, oh well, you don't want to go to school because you ashamed of yourself. No, bitch, I'm ashamed of y'all.
Exactly.
And my mother never addressed the situation. Ever. I don't even remember if we even ever talked about it.
My father, he never addressed it and just nothing. Just like he just went on by his day, and it's like you a victim. Like so I just feel like he was like, "Oh well, it happens is happening." Like like that's how I feel because nobody came to my rescue. And when I was
Which
lashing out, I was called the evil child. Like how dare you? Like You know what the fuck I'm going through. It was just I had a wild childhood. It's been crazy.
It just seems like if you know, and I'm not judging your father either, but it just seems like a father would take that harder. You know what I'm saying?
You thought I would have thought he would have did something. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't just being molested at the time. My little sister was, who was still an infant. The guy put a hickey on her fucking neck. She wasn't even walking at the time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he did nothing. He told a neighbor across the street, and she say, "Oh, you better not say nothing because they'll take you from your daddy."
Maybe you need to be taken. Like, if you can't protect me, then take me. But, I guess that's more common. I had a mutual friend. One of his children was busted molesting his other siblings, and it turned out that it had happened to him. And nobody did anything. They didn't want to get in counseling. They didn't want to get the other kid counseling. It's like they separated them. But of course you need to separate them. But what's the purpose of the separation if you're not going to get them the help? Because clearly, if it's happening to him, he thinks it's okay to do it to somebody else. Exactly. And then that child's going to think it's okay to do it to somebody else. And it's going to be a whole line of child molesters because of one sick, twisted fucktard.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Just crazy. And it also, just talking about it, just the amount of women, and this is Black and white women, but the amount of women who protect the abuser versus protecting the victim.
Yes.
I just don't get it.
Me either. The people just don't know the trauma that comes behind that. Like, I suffer from anxiety. I used to have real bad depression, but now I still, not so much of a depression anymore. It's more like the anxiety part. Like, I'm still sometimes suffering from that. The worst case scenario always pop in my head and be like, "You're fine, just calm down." But I'm always worried about what it is and something bad gonna happen, because I always felt like, shit, I ain't gonna lie, everything bad always happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm always looking at things in a negative way, not so much as positive as I should be all the time. Because I've been let down so much as a child, and I need to get over that. I'm trying. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard. It's not easy trying to get over it, but I'm trying to work through it.
Especially when you come from a place, and we both can relate to this because we both have Christian backgrounds. You come to a place where it's like God is everywhere, ever present. And I definitely believe that. I believe God is everywhere at all the times. Mm-hmm. And he knows everything that's happening. But then it's like, okay, so you're this nice, sweet person. However, you let these horrible things happen when you have the power to stop it. So then you get another, oh, well, don't treat God how you would treat a person. Well, how else do you know how to treat him? Because it feels like he's treating you bad, and I'm definitely not saying that he is, because we know with free will and the devil, shit just happens. Mm-hmm. But in a child's mind, even there's some situations as an adult, I'm like, God, why did you let this happen? Like, you knew I was a dummy. Why did you let this happen? Like, mm-hmm. You knew I was gonna be stupid. So at what point, and we do know that children, adults is gonna be stupid too, but children are going to be stupid. And not saying that we were stupid for those situations, but I'm just thinking about teenagers who kind of go off and do their own things. It's like, why aren't you protecting them? Don't you protect babies and fools?
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely made me, a lot of situations made me feel like, God, ancestors. I wasn't saying ancestors then, but now I'm like, Lord, ancestors. I ain't talking stuff, but y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, then you got rape in the family, like I have a cousin who was a product of incest.
Mm.
You know, his mother was getting raped by her brother, and
But see,
she ain't tell it to her deathbed.
oh wow.
Oh yeah, she did not tell it to her deathbed. He was born with problems like schizophrenia. He go crazy sometimes. He'd be jumping out of windows, all type of crazy stuff.
The baby or the brother?
The baby.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born. Something was wrong with him, but people just thinking he just was born with a mental illness, not knowing it was a product from incest. And she did not tell it till she was what 80, 90 years old on her deathbed. Like so and so is really his father. Like, yeah, like she said, yes, he was raping me when I was a child. And he's a product of it.
That is crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. This subject is very touchy for me, but
it is for me. So I take a couple minutes. Like, okay, I'm trying not to get heavy energy. Like I'm trying to change.
Get to bed, but you know what? We need to voice it. We need to talk about it. We need to. But yeah, we got to do better as a family, especially Black families, because it happens a lot in the Black family. Not saying it don't happen on the other side, but it's majority Black families. Every time I hear a story, it's within the Black family. Don't say this, don't say that. You keep your mouth closed. Mm-hmm. Or the parent find out the brother doing something to the sister, they blame the daughter. Well, you got a bitch walking around here with a little short song being fast. Like, how dare you?
Right. Like, excuse me for having the expression, but you bought the short shorts for me. So help me understand.
And now this man you protected and grew up, and now he raping other damn women. And that's exactly what happened to the guy who molested me. I had an older brother. He knew nothing about what was going on in the house because he didn't stay with us. He ran away. But they went to go rob a house. A family was in the home when they was robbing the house. They tied everybody up, and him and the guy, they ransacked the house. So my brother, he ran out the house. He got what he wanted. He got the money, got the jewelry. He out of there. So he says, he like, where's so-and-so? So he like, damn, he must got caught up with something. What's going on? So as he ran back to the house to see what's going on, he walked in. This man is raping a 12-year-old baby.
Oh my God.
He's penetrating this 12-year-old girl. So my brother said he saw that shit. He got the fuck back out of there. I don't want no parts of that.
Right?
But yeah, they ended up getting caught. My brother did 10 years behind that, and I think the guy got like 20. The other guy got 20 for the rape.
Girl, we was talking. We talking about weird stuff that's happening. As we sit here talking, my bell just broke.
Wow.
I'm not sure what that's about. Like, it just broke.
You know, we use that bell for cleansing and to calling.
I'm gonna have to get a new bell.
Yeah, get you a new bell, honey.
I'm going to, boo. Look, I just happened to look over at it. I picked it up. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, and I'm like, it's broken. What happened?
Maybe I need to buy me some incense or something, because you talk about negative things. Here comes this negative energy.
Right, and that's what I was doing, getting the good vibes going on, you know.
Here comes that negative energy. I rebuke you, honey.
Right.
So this subject needs to be talked about because it goes so much on to the Black family. It's ridiculous.
It really is. And it's even ridiculous that it's not even the strangers that's hurting the kids. It's the uncles and the cousins and the brothers,
yes.
The grandpas, you know. And what's even crazier is it's like that and I'm not sure now how prevalent it is. I bet it's still happening, but it's like we're in the predator era because I know, and I'm not that much older than you, Felice. You 30? Are you 30?
35.
Okay, 35. So I'm only 3 years older than you. So when I was growing up, there was always a grown ass man trying to talk to me. Always. I did not. One time I lied about my age, and I only said from 14 to 16. So it wasn't like I lied a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, when he found out, he was like, I don't care. He was 23 years old. What could we have? Now, me at 14 and looking for something, that was like, oh my God, this person, he loves me. This is like the best thing ever. And ultimately, he probably was trying to groom me for something, but I've always been strong-willed. But it's always really, really old guys trying to talk to me. Why is this acceptable? When you got Disney, you think about it, even like the Little Mermaid, she was a teenager, okay? She was a child. So TV's making this acceptable. And now we got all these famous people that are coming out saying, oh, well, I was molested, and, with the Black people. Of course, it's just it's so prominent. It's like, how do we break this generational curse? I know how to break it with my kids, but how do you suggest somebody else? I mean, I'm like, look, you gotta watch your kids, not even just the boys, not just the girls, but the boys too, because there's grown ass women sleeping with young ass boys,
Oh yeah, most definitely. And you got these grown ass women touching on their little girl cousins too now.
Damn, didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Yeah. And I think in order to break that shit, all this what goes in my house stays in my house, cut that shit the fuck out. Stop silencing your children. Hear them out. If they tell you something, listen. You got these parents, when these kids do come forward, oh, you're lying. You're evil. You're just trying to break up this family. Like, come on now. And sometimes these women, these mothers, they know them. They accept it. Because I guess they may be living a type of lifestyle with a certain man. And if their daughter come and say, hey, such has been touching me, oh, you're lying. You're just trying to ruin this relationship. This is that. Nor they know it's just that they not trying to give up their lifestyle. They became accustomed to. And that's the crazy part. Stop choosing these men over your children.
That part, because let me tell you, my baby, boy or girl, only has one time to tell me, and you better know I'm doing motherfucking life with a smile on my face because I'm getting the strap. We're not doing that, okay? Even if it's a lie, I mean, and I don't think that kids will lie about some stuff. There are some kids that is fucked up. They need something different, but if my child has to say it, I have to 100% check it out. Okay.
Most definitely.
I have to check it out, and I'm going to react before I'm logical. I'm going to be all of my emotions because I'm like, did this person hurt my baby? But then you have to learn some stuff, and remember, we talked about this a couple of episodes ago with women just bringing these men over their children.
Mm-hmm. You don't get to from a can of paint,
right? You don't get to meet me on Monday, screw me on Tuesday, and move in with me on Wednesday. You don't get to do that. You need to get to know where I live at, okay? Like, no, sir. Mm-mm. And if you do know where I live at, you creeping in and out on some we smashing and dashing. I'm not even taking you upstairs, okay? Don't even get that comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do it on the floor.
There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you just got to do that. Because you let one of these guys get too comfortable, guess what? They're going to get real comfortable, honey.
Right. And, and I will say this because I believe this from the bottom of my heart. I never one time felt like Dre would do anything to my kids. Ever. When I first met him, he was very particular. Like, before my daughter had tried to sit on his lap, and she was only like 1 or 2 when we met. And he was like, no, you don't sit on men's lap. And I'm like, no, we don't. I was like in the kitchen. You got to walk from the living room to the kitchen. They were in the living room. I'm like, no, you don't. But I respected him for that. Mm-hmm. And he was very particular. But even when we moved in together, baby, I needed to know where he was at all times, especially if my baby was there. Okay, you move, I need to know where you're going. Where are you going? No, you come right here so I can feel you. And that was never an issue. He never went in her bedroom. He never bothered her. And he was like, shorts, she got to have on a pajama dress and pajama pants with it, okay? Because he don't want her to do anything to expose her little baby underwears. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, good, make sure we protect her modesty. But I still walked the floor, okay? If he was out the bed for too long, I was up. What you doing? I'm extra sensitive. There ain't no TVs on in my bedroom because I need to be able to hear. If my baby make one noise, I need to hear. What's happening?
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, you don't trust him? I do trust him, but I don't trust anybody that much. That is the treasure of my heart. I'm only trusting that with God, okay? I need to be able to hear. I mean, I did. But I walked the floor with Elliot, too. There would be times where Izzy would be with my mom and Elliot would be there. And still the same thing because Elliot's a big boy. Elliot is like almost 6 feet, okay? Elliot is a big boy. Dre was 4 feet nothing, 80 pounds soaking wet. Like, I knew that Elliot could protect himself, but just a mere fact, if I even think he got to protect himself, I need to be able to come and help, okay?
Most definitely.
Like, I just don't see how these women get that comfortable.
It be the loneliness, that yearning for somebody, no matter who they is or what they are, they be seeing the red flags. They just want somebody to say, oh, I got somebody. Or let me go to my man, go home to my man, knowing the man at home ain't shit. But you want to settle for that bullshit. It fucking always on the news. These women leaving the man with the kids inside the house, watching the babies. Then the next thing you know, they come home, the motherfucking baby dead. Come on now.
I read this story. Oh, God. It was like in the summertime sometime. And this man, what got my attention is it was like court, man threatens woman in court. And I'm like, why he threatening her in court? If she already in court, why he want to do something to her? Like, let me be nosy. So I go on to look at the article, and the woman had killed his child. So now I'm like, oh, let me really, really look at it. So it turns out that he was trying to move on with his life, and his baby's mom was a heinous bitch. And like from some of the stuff that she was describing when she was giving hers, is she was not nice. She wasn't nice to his new girlfriend. So her and the new girlfriend had got into a fight. They got this consistent bickering back and forth. He got his baby at his house. He goes to get in the shower. He come back, his baby's gone. This crazy bitch then cut his baby. She decapitated the baby and put it in a box on the mom's porch.
I think I read that about that.
Saying that she pretty much, you fucked around and found out. And I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah, I think she was jealous of the baby.
It was just like, that's all I could say was damn. Like, damn. Because as a woman, first of all, I don't understand why if my kid's father has another woman, why we gotta beef. Even if he was smashing her while we were together, I don't have beef with her. My beef is always with him.
Exactly.
But even afterwards, this person has to be around your child. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You can say all you want to, I don't want this woman around my kid and blah, blah, blah. And the truth of the matter is if you're not in the presence, that man is going to have that kid around whoever he wants to. But from the second woman's standpoint, if I got that big of a problem with you, why would I take it out on this innocent baby? Why don't I come and try to cut your head off? Why can't I can woman to woman you any other time, but now I got to get back at you by hurting your kid?
That's pure evilness.
That is. And he told the court, and I was like, thank God they was Caucasian. I'm sorry for all the Caucasian listeners. I was like, thank God they Caucasian, because I can't take it serious. But that was horrible. Like I hated that the baby was hurt, but I ain't gonna lie. My first thought was like, please don't let him be black. Please don't let him be black.
Well, actually, a story just came out with people like us.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was actually some Jamaicans. The guy, I think he was like a football player or something. He's somebody famous, and he got into a relationship.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna mute for 1 second.
Okay. Well, he got into a relationship with a new person, and he had a baby mama that stayed in Jamaica. So the new girl he was dating was jealous of the baby mama in Jamaica. So this lady actually went to Jamaica, paid 2 guys to kill her and her child. All because she was jealous of the baby mama and the other baby. She wanted them out of the picture completely.
I'm sorry. Keep talking. Give me 1 second. My niece is here. Her mom just came to pick her up. I'm so sorry. Keep talking. I'm coming. I can hear you all over the house. It's small.
Okay. But yeah, just like us women, the women got to be careful who we let into our house. The men got to be careful as well, because these women do be jealous of another woman and the child. So it's a very dangerous world out here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like I tell people all the time, it's like we ain't walking amongst human beings anymore. It's like strictly demons most of the time. All this craziness that be going on, straight up wickedness. Take a little break. Let's see. That's why.
Okay, I am so sorry. That could have been a commercial break. Brought to you by our studio audience.
Yeah, I was like, you could give. I was thinking to myself, like, I know, I done seen people do it before in a podcast, like a quick 5-minute break.
Commercial.
Okay.
But yeah. So you said it was Jamaicans? That is crazy.
Yeah, he was somebody famous, and he ended up dating this new girl. He had a baby mother and a child in Jamaica. So this new girl was jealous of the baby mama and the other child. So she went to Jamaica to hire these 2 guys to kill her and the baby. And they actually did. They did it.
They did?
They did it. They did it.
You have to be a heartless sack of crap.
That's why I was saying, just like us women need to be careful, these men need to be careful too.
Yeah. I just and all my childhood trauma and all the it's crazy. Like when I say this sounds so crazy, but in all my childhood trauma and all my self-esteem issues, on my self-love journey, one emotion I have never felt towards another person is jealousy. Ever.
It's so ugly.
It is now. I'll joke and tell you I'm jealous of 2 things. 3. Somebody whose booty's bigger than mine, their food look better than mine, and they drink is stronger than mine. And I don't even really know if somebody's drink is stronger than mine or not. But I'm like, I just don't understand that. And I definitely don't understand how you can be jealous of a child. Like, that child is so innocent.
Yes. And I tell people all the time, a jealous person is a very dangerous person. Like, some people think that's cute. Like, I know she's so jealous of me. Like, ha. Like, is that shit not funny? Like, that motherfucker dangerous. They will kill you in order to get what you have. People got to understand that shit. They will hurt you in the worst way to see you fall. Even if it kills them, they don't care. Jealousy is a very ugly trait to have. Very ugly.
It is. It's just one of those. It's funny. There's a song. He be like, "That's a female trait," and I be telling people like, "Yo, the jealousy is a bitch trait." And I remember this guy was like, "Ain't you a bitch?" But not a jealous one, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I got so, and here's another. I got so comfortable in my bum stage, till you couldn't tell me in my non-matching pajamas that I still wasn't that bitch. I would stand next to Beyonce with my non-matching pajamas and feel like I was all that in the back. Grippos. Not matching, probably stinking, because I was in my depression, okay? Like, not matching, probably stinking. But I just got so comfortable being there. And I'm just like, and I believe Beyonce is gorgeous. I just don't feel like we both can't be gorgeous at the same damn time, okay? Just never understood that.
Yeah, but jealousy come in many ways. People think like, oh, they just jealous of me because I got this and that. It ain't always about what you have. It could also be about the person who you are, how you attract other people to you. Your whole aura. People could be jealous of that as well.
And see, that's the thing for me. I never felt like anybody ever had a reason to be jealous of me. And my mom said something, she's like, it's just because of who you are. And I'm like, but I'm not nobody. You know what I'm saying? And then I was meditating, and my spirit team began to tell me that people can be jealous of your potential. Like, they see greatness in you that you don't even see in yourself. So you pissed off about who I could be. I ain't became this person yet, but you pissed off. It's like, that still blows me. Like, so yeah. You mad at me that I'm failing. You mad at me because I ain't even halfway at the level you think I'm at, baby, but you mad.
But they know you on the way. They knew you was on your way to the top. And that's exactly what's going on between my older sister and I.
Yeah.
Yep. I told my sister, she was like a ride or die, how much she's always around me. We was always together, 2 peas in a pot. And me not knowing the whole time, this damn girl hate me. Like, she hates my fucking guts. And all because she knew my potential. She knew how strong of an individual I was. And when I say I'm going to go do this and I'm going to get that, God damn it, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't playing out here. And she knew my potential. I just couldn't understand. It took me some years. Like, damn, like, really? Like, you really feel that way about me? But you know what? And I also had a mother who was also a very jealous mother of her own kids, who also used to put shit in her ear as well. But yeah, I understand with that. Yeah, people see your potential, baby. When they get to hating, they get to hating. And when you really start shining, woo, that hate really come on.
Right.
People get to be told and all type of crap.
Right. I love that. It's a TikTok, I think. It might be a reel. Mm-hmm. And it be like, and guess what? I'm just getting started. And I'm like, you know what? That's what this new journey is for me. I'm just getting started. Like, so if you already hate me, then just be prepared to.
Baby, once it's up, it's stuck. And that's what the last thing I told her ass too. Baby, you think you hate me? Nah, baby, it's up. You really gonna hate me.
Yeah. Because, what is it? T.I. say the hate only fuels my fire.
Yes.
But it's just like, you're hating me at my low point.
Yeah.
You're hating me as I'm navigating through my trauma.
Yeah.
Bitch, wait till you see when I start to love on me more.
Okay.
and you know
better than everybody. Like, no, right? How you figured that?
Right, like,
I'm
okay,
experiencing and feeling this self-love now.
right.
I'm loving on me, and I'm thinking I'm better than everybody. Yeah, right. I help too many motherfuckers in order to do that.
Right.
But
And
if that's
see,
how you see me, go ahead.
and listen, I will give you the shirt off my back
Yeah.
and walk away in a brawl, okay? Because I have a heart to literally help people.
Yeah.
That's just me. I just have that heart to help people. Girl, I was in the store. I needed some shoes. Okay. I think, man, you might have talked about this. I told you I can't find the matches to my shoes.
Yeah, talking about that.
I got like one left shoe, and then another pair, I got a right shoe, and then another pair, I got a left shoe. But I ain't got a left and a right shoe. For my favorite shoes. So I'm in the shoe store. Then bought some shoes that I really don't need. I ain't gonna need them. Like, I went in to get some tennis shoes and left out the shoe store with boots and these sexy pumps. And I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm wearing these to, but baby, I'm ready. Okay, I am ready. I got a whole bunch of dresses. Now I got the shoes. Now I just gotta find somewhere to go. But anyhow, so I'm in the store and this little girl is at the register. She about 15 or 16. And I'm like, hey, honey, how are you today? And why did I ask that question? Why did I go to the store happy? Only God knows, because I don't know, because I was in a good mood in the store. Mm-hmm. And she began to cry. And I'm like, well, damn, did me saying hi make her? Is she scared because I'm black? Like, what is wrong with this baby? Why is she crying? And then, you know, when you got that healing energy, people start to spill out their drama to you. And so,
oh, man.
And she's like, oh my God, I don't have any money. I was trying to get me something to eat. Somebody then charged some stuff on my bank account. I don't know who it was. And at that moment, the only thing I heard that baby say was, I'm hungry. And so I said, well, where were you about to go eat at? And she was like, huh? I said, where were you about to eat at? Because, I mean, we buy a Panda Express, a Chick-fil-A, a Chipotle's, a Subway. I mean, she got her choices. What were you about to eat? Pizza Hut? Because I'm about to buy you lunch.
Right.
And she was like, excuse me, what do you want? I'm about to buy you lunch. And she was like, oh my God, no. And then she really started crying. And I'm like, okay. And I walked out the store. And so then I'm like going in Walmart and Subway is right there. So I was about to just order her a sub. And I was like, I don't know what this little girl wants. I'm like, let me get her a gift card. So then I go back with the gift card. And then she really crying. I mean, she is crying. She was like, I'm a foster child and nobody has ever done anything like this for me.
Oh, wow.
Can I hug you? Now, you know, my empathness is like, absolutely not. But the mom in me was like, get over here, girl, give me a hug. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. And I didn't do it for any reason. And I'm not telling y'all about it because I feel like I need kudos because I don't. It doesn't matter. If anybody tells me they're hungry and I got the means to feed you, I'm going to feed you. That's just me.
That's exactly how I am.
I just don't understand. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I don't understand why somebody would. I just like I'm just a person. Like, there's nothing extraordinary for anybody to want to be jealous about. I mean, I guess there is, but I just don't see it. I'm like, I'm so basic.
Because what they see in you, they haven't even given themselves a chance to see it within themselves. That's it right there. We all have potential.
Yes.
We were all put on here on earth for a reason, with ability to succeed in life. We all were. Mm-hmm. You just gonna have to trust and believe in yourself. Trust and believe in yourself.
You have to. Mm-hmm. So, what's our next generational curse?
These mothers and the fathers hating their children.
I don't get that either.
I'm a victim of that, so I got experience with that. With the I would say, well, both sides to me. I ain't gonna say my father hated me. I'm gonna just say he disliked me. But my mother, she couldn't stand my ass. She could not stand me because I was me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hold back from nobody. I ain't give a damn who you was.
Mm-hmm.
If you was wrong, you was wrong. I spoke
No,
up on it.
no, do you think that was because they were from the era where kids are to be seen and not heard?
With my father, yeah, but my mother, I'm gonna say a
No.
lot of shit that she did to her children. I think she did because it was done to her by her mother.
No, did you say that your mom was on drugs?
Yeah, both my parents was on drugs before. Yeah.
Now, do you think, and I don't know, this is like a big stretch. I vaguely seen this on a, so I don't know, something, but anyhow, it said that maybe the thought was too stupid because as soon as it came in, it went out. Oh, do you think that maybe it was more of the drugs that had the hate, or when they took the drugs, something else possessed them?
Let me give you
Okay.
a backstory. My mother left my father. I think I was like I wasn't even in preschool. I think I was like 2 or 3.
Okay.
They had gotten off drugs at this time.
Okay.
And I re-met my mother when I was 14, going into high school. And she wasn't on drugs, but she was most definitely an alcoholic. And she drunk all day, every day. That's actually what killed her.
Mm,
I think her childhood and the hate that she had for my father played a part into how she used to treat her children by my father. Because it's actually 5 of us between the two. I know that my grandmother on her side, they said she was a very, very, very evil woman. I know heard stories about this woman, the shit that she have done. And the shit that I hear and the shit that I see from my mother, I used to think like maybe they had a mental illness they do nothing to fucking about because shit wasn't making sense to me. But I am gonna come out with a book, y'all. It's a lot of shit, like it's a lot of shit. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my grandmother. My grandmother had a son. He was born with cerebral palsy. He was handicapped. My grandmother used to make all the kids in the house grab something, a hanger, shoe, pot, pen, didn't matter. Because she kept him in the closet as if she was like ashamed of him. She kept him in the closet. He was in the closet. She kept him in the closet. And she would make the children pick up an object or anything, and they all had to go in there and beat him.
that is so disheartening.
My uncle, yes, he was born with cerebral palsy. He couldn't walk, and she would do that to him, and she kept him in the closet.
That is so
My
crazy.
uncle grew up gay, and I think that's the reason why he probably grew up gay. He hated and couldn't trust women because his mother did what she did. It's some other stuff too, y'all, but y'all gonna have to watch out for this book. I gotta get to it, y'all. It's so much. It's so much. But yeah, she did some fucked up shit. So I think that's
That
what it is.
is that is so crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole lot that lady did. A whole lot. Hmm. They used to
You
tell
be
us all the time, like, y'all so lucky, y'all ain't have to deal with her. They were like, y'all the lucky ones. They tell that to me and my brothers and sisters, like, y'all the lucky ones, you ain't have to deal with that woman. They're like, y'all just don't know the shit that we endured. Like my
yeah.
brother, he was 6 months old. I don't know. I guess my mother probably went out hanging out somewhere and she left her niece to watch my brother. my grandmother got mad at something, and she took my 6-month-old brother on the porch while I was pouring rain, and just threw him on the porch.
Oh
She
my
came
God.
to the door. She said all the kids in the house was in the window screaming and hollering because they wanted to get the baby. She ran, grabbed the knife, and she said, "Anybody try to get this baby off this porch, you're going to die." So my cousin at the time had to call my mother and said, Cornelia's on the porch. She on the porch, and she left him on the porch. It's pouring down rain, and my mama had to come get her baby with nothing but a diaper on from that fucking porch.
I might have would have had to fight my mama.
Let me tell you something. Woo! I'd have been an orange suit. You hear me? Not mine. It just shows you how wicked that woman was.
I mean, but it's just like that's your grandbaby. Like, listen, you got beef with me. Okay, give me a minute to come get my kid or something. But and I'm not the person that say you should fight your parents. Okay, like no, but I fight about my kids. Okay, that is probably the only thing that you fuck with my kids and you gonna find out. Okay. Like that's where some power rises up in me where I don't know where it came from. And I'm then went from Deidre Lachey to Hawk, okay? Because I'm convinced I can walk the hell about my kids, okay? Like I'm convinced, like I will figure out how to get there. Still alive.
I think her trauma. I think her hatred for her children came from my grandfather, because my grandfather was a Rolling Stone. He was living double lives. And my grandmother, check this out, was a Jehovah's Witness, honey. Who was doing all this was a Jehovah's Witness. So, but yeah, my grandfather, he was a Rolling Stone. Like this man had double lives. He also was an alcoholic. So he left, my grandmother. He'll come do his business with her, get her pregnant, still go about his business. And I think that's where her hatred came in from. Because she wanted her husband, but her husband, he just, he was a Rolling Stone. That man couldn't sit down. He was at everybody else's house but his wife's house, so.
She should have just thin-lined his ass with some hot grits and then he would have been okay.
Man, but yeah, I think that's where her hatred came in from.
Which is still beyond me because I can't imagine anything that a man can do to make me feel some type of way about something that came out of me.
Oh man, yeah.
Something that's half of me. Okay, like I'll get the women, like I seen this lady who had said, or I may have given her a reading or something, and she said that she couldn't look at her son because her son looked like his dad.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought, damn, that's deep. Because when I look at my kids, all I see is me. Okay? I don't remember what their dad looked like. All I see is me.
Okay.
Nothing else, just me all day. Okay? I look at my son, I'm like, oh my God, you look just like me. Okay, my daughter, spitting image. That's all I see. And I'm going to tell you, when my daughter, now she doesn't do it as much now, but when she was a baby, she makes some faces that look just like her daddy. And I'd be like, she better not look like that nigga. She better not look like that nigga. Okay? And she'd be making these faces, cutting her eyes at me. And every once in the blue moon, she do it. And I'm like, that's his baby, but it's okay because I still love her. Okay? I can't even find any room in my heart to hate him, okay? Because without him, I wouldn't have the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Exactly.
So I just don't understand these women, like, and like my daughter, looking at her from a mom's point, I could never be jealous. I want her to do better than me. I want her to be a better person than me. Yeah. I mean, like that's all I want for her is the best, like I couldn't imagine anything else. I watch very vaguely once in a while the TV show Jenny and Gina or Georgia and Jenny or something, and it's like this white lady, she has this Caucasian daughter, and pretty much the mom in season 1 kills her husband, she poisoned him because he touched her daughter on the thigh. So then in season 2, like the daughter has found out, and she feeling some type of way, and pretty much what the mom said is she like, listen, I killed for you, okay? Like I took every bad thing to make sure you were better, and I would do it again. I mean, that's not the exact wording, but pretty much that's what she was saying. And I mean, she did. And I'm like, you know what? That's exactly how I feel. I will eat up every negative thing in this world. My kids is the first, that would probably be the only reason that I would stick in the left hand, okay? Like that'd be my perfect. I might have no balance after that, okay? Like,
yeah.
I just couldn't imagine, okay? I don't want to be the first bully that my kids encounter.
Because my mom, she was a bully. She did crazy shit. Like she always was against us, and it was always competition with us, which I didn't understand. Why are you in competition with your daughters? You bring a guy around her, she gonna ask that guy how big his dick is. She done done it. She done sat on the motherfucking lap and kissed him in the mouth, and they feel so uncomfortable. Like, what, your mama doing this? And up and leave. Like, I got so much. It feel good, y'all, to talk about this shit, because a lot of this shit needed to come out. But I done had a rough life. But you know what? I wouldn't change nothing for nothing, because this made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? It really does. She taught me what type of mother not to be. She taught me everything I needed to know who a motherfucker need not to be was that type of mother. Yeah.
And me and my mom had some issues. We still have some issues. But that wasn't our issues. Thank God. She ain't like nobody ever brought home, okay? Damn, about to ask how big they dick is. I probably would have died. Like, oh my God.
Embarrassing. Then it makes the guy look at you like, this where you come from? Like, this
how you gonna be?
You know what I'm saying? That shit embarrassing as hell. And she wasn't asking like, oh, I want to see what my daughter works with. It's because I'm asking because maybe I want to fuck on you. You know what I'm saying? She actually was beefing with me because I was dating an older guy who she thought looked like Jaheim, who she loved her some Jaheim. I'm talking about my mama. She was all up against me. Like, it didn't make no sense. All because I was dating this guy who looked like Jaheim and she wanted him.
Just crazy, like
excuse me. When I come out with these books, like I told my family members, I don't give a fuck who get mad at me. It is what it is. All this shit coming out. All of it. So get mad. And I
mean, coming from writing a book, and I haven't even wrote many books about real life experiences. I haven't. I've been thinking about it. I just have a cover for a book that was going to, talk about some stuff. But even in that case, I remember my first book when it came, my sister was like, oh, that person, you were talking about me. No, I wasn't. Didn't even think about you when I wrote this book. You were not even a thought, okay? And then I had a cousin and she was like, well, who did you base your character off of your real sister? And no, I didn't. I wasn't even thinking about them. Absolutely not. Okay, because my sisters ain't anything else. They might kill me, but they ain't gonna let nobody else kill me. Okay, this is how they are. Like, nobody gonna kill you but me. They might hate me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but your ass better not hate me. Okay. They can talk to you and be like, fuck D, she's a stupid bitch. And if you agree, they're going to want to fight. It's the most toxic shit ever. But that's just how we was raised.
Always stick.
Yes.
Beside your siblings,
Yes, my mom said all for one and one for all. Okay. And that's just how it was. She wanted to, like, yo, you have to have a good relationship. And we have a rocky relationship, but I'm telling you right now, when I wrote that book, they was both like, which one is about me? My older sister was like, well, how come your main character only got one sister? You got two, because it's not about y'all. It's not even about me. It's not about us. Okay, this is fiction. You just don't use their names in there.
So I know. I'm gonna have a little fiction in there. I'm gonna have a little.
No, I just said don't use their names, so then they can't try to come back.
I'm not gonna use their names.
So they can.
They will try to sue me most. Get this bitch. Let's sue her. Not gonna happen.
Like, look at her thinking she's sitting pretty.
Not gonna happen, motherfuckers. I know they waiting on that day because they know I pretty much already somewhat started on a little bit. I know they waiting. They gonna see.
I think that was your message. It's time to get that book. Like, it's time.
It is.
I'm gonna start randomly texting your ass watches and shit throughout the day. You already gonna know what it is. You're gonna be like this.
Yeah. It's gonna be a whole series.
That's good. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Heck, I open back up my publishing company. Maybe you'll be one of my authors and I'll publish it for you.
Definitely will be. Look, it's perfect time. And look at you open it. Look, and me need to get that book written out. So perfect timing. Most definitely perfect timing.
I worked on a project for one of my friends. I helped her with it. And then she, and I published when I was pregnant with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I stopped for a little while. But back to the friend, she had posted like, oh, I'm so happy for Deidre for, guiding me through this publishing journey. So then this lady hit me up and she was like, oh, I want you to do some stuff for me. And she was like, but I feel so much comfortable if you were using the publishing company. And so I was like, well, I had a publishing company. I have a LLC for my publishing company. I just haven't published any books in years. I haven't. Not by myself, not independently. And she was like, well, I want you to help my people with their books. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead. And it was like stuff started to fall in order because after she said that, I pulled out all my LLC stuff so I could make sure that I need to do nothing with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then a girl who told me she wanted to publish with me about 4 years ago just contacted me out the blue. And here's the even crazier thing. The last time I talked to her, I had a different telephone number. But somehow she sent me a message and it went to my tablet, to my iPad. And she's like, I'm ready to sign that contract. So then I just sent it over to her and girl, she signed it. I said, okay, this legit. Like, we're going to go ahead and go back legit. Spirit, am I supposed to publish? Me. Nope, Deidre, that's not what we're supposed to do. Okay. And then all these things start to happen. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm not going to officially publish under my own. I'll publish my own first book in years under my company in January or February. At the rate I'm going right now, it's looking like February. But I'm aiming I'm aiming for January. Like, I want January something to be my official reopening, but it might just be happy birthday to myself on February 1st. I just dropped some books,
Mm-hmm. Most definitely do it. Most definitely.
Do we have any more curses? Do we want to make this a part 2?
We're going to have to make a part 2, honey. Because I know
if you get sleepy.
I am sleepy. I've been working number 10s all week, y'all. I'm so sorry. No, but 10s.
Don't be sorry. We've been on here for 59 minutes and 18 seconds.
When I worked Saturday, well, we did 8 hours Saturday, but whoo, that week kicked my ass. It really did.
And when I was sick, every time I say that, I cough. Weird ass shit. But when I was sick, I was working all those hours. I mean, I did like 4 12-hour shifts back to back to back. With pneumonia, y'all, coughing up my lungs, feeling like I was about to die. And my second job, this is so funny. Then I'm gonna ask for final thoughts. My second job is at the airport, and we have to push the older people up the terminal, up the jet bridge. So I got this lady, and I'm pushing. I'm like, and she like, baby, you want me to push you? Listen,
I know that's right.
She can't even stand up, and she like, baby, you want me to push you? I'm like, no, ma'am, I got you. She's like, you breathing really hard. I'm like, I know. I was like, I got asthma. This is just not a good time for me. She's like, maybe you should get somebody else. I'm like, I got you, boo. Like, I'm in the flow. I didn't realize I was until she says I pushed her.
She's gonna pass out back here.
Like, this girl is dying. Mm-hmm. All right, so final thoughts.
My final thought is watch over your children, listen to your children. And I'm going to say this, before you even have children, if you're still dealing with trauma from your parents, heal first before you start to have these kids. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't had any yet. I want to make sure I'm mentally stable as well as financially established before I bring anything into this world, because I care about myself and I love my children even more, and they ain't even here yet. They somewhere in the universe, but mama got you.
I am going to say I definitely agree. Think about the kids, heal. Remember that as a parent, there is no guidebook. There isn't. Mm-hmm. It's just trial and error. Mm-hmm. And one thing that you do can ruin somebody. So you want to make sure, because we as parents don't know how bad we fuck up our kids until they're an adult, and you like, damn, I fucked this nigga up. Yeah. So, just as Felicia said, watch your kids and love on them. Show them that you are a human, because mm-hmm. as a parent, we want to protect our kids, but we don't want to have those vulnerable moments with our children. So that generational curse that we didn't talk about, that we won't get into, I'm just going to pick on it really quick, is teaching our girls to always be strong, and that crying makes them weak. Teaching our boys, men don't cry. Like, we have to make sure, because you need that purge. Mm-hmm. We have to be open to our children, because, again, we can really fuck them up. Okay, like, real talk, we can. So, until next week, y'all.
See ya.